So this just in, breaking news coming in from the United States. One of the two National Guard soldiers wounded in Wednesday's shooting near the White House has died. President Donald Trump said on Thursday he confirmed the death of Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia. Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the quadsmen that we are talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person. She just passed away. Trump added that the second victim, 24-year-old Andrew Wolf, remains in critical condition and is still fighting for his life. Listen in.
Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person, started service in June of 2023, outstanding in every way. She's just passed away. She's no longer with us. She's looking down at us right now. She was savagely attacked. She's dead. She's not with us. Incredible person. Outstanding in every single way, in every department.
So we have CNN News 18 Siddhant Mishra joining us live. Siddhant, has the security protocol for guard units deployed in civilian zones been altered after the shooting? And also, what support systems, if we know of any, are being extended to the victim's family?
Well, in fact, since yesterday, there has been many announcements made by Trump administration. In fact, 500 more National Guardsmen will be deployed in Washington, D.C. And in fact, as far as the entry of Afghan nationals to United States is concerned, it will require more protocols and more vetting before letting any Afghan nationals enter United States. Now we're getting to know that one of the two National Guard soldiers wounded in Wednesday's shooting near the White House has died. This is what President Trump has confirmed. In fact, Trump also confirmed the death of Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia. Sarah, one of the guardsmen this is what President Trump writes, and I quote him, Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that were talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person. She's just passed away. She's no longer with us. Unquote. In fact, Trump added that the second victim, 24-year-old Andrew Wolf, remains in critical condition and is still fighting for his life. So definitely it's a matter of huge concern for U.S. law enforcement authorities. Perhaps the way the shooter opened fire at National Guardsmen, immediately he was taken into the custody. Later, they found out that he is a resident of Washington, D.C., an Afghan national who entered United States in 2021 after the U.S. forces withdrawal. And under the program, which was run by Biden administration, he was living in Washington. And yesterday, he shot two of the National Guardsmen. So it is definitely a matter of concern. But also, this pitch of President Trump that migrants are responsible for all the wrongdoings in the United States, whether economy is not doing good, whether Americans are not getting jobs, whether it's criminal activities, narco trade. He blames migrants for all the problems that United States is facing. So perhaps that pitch of President Trump will be intensified, will be amplified now. And in fact, yesterday also, when he came up with a video message, he said it's an act of evil, act of hatred, act of terror, and aliens should be removed from the United States. So the same old pitch, now it will be more amplified, and it is more relatable, given a migrant is involved in shooting National Guardsmen. And perhaps it is a concern for the law enforcement authorities. They will go for more vetting, things like that. But politically, President Trump is also definitely trying to take mileage of this entire situation.
Right. So, Siddhant, we know about about how they've turned the incident as a targeted attack, intensifying debate around domestic security, etc. But what specific evidence points to this being a targeted attack?
Well, so far there is very little information on the interrogation part of the Afghan national. What was his motive and what made him do this? These things are a part of an investigation, whether he belongs to any organized terror group, was inspired by any terror group, its ideology. These things will come up during the course of an investigation. All we know right now is that he was an Afghan national. He entered United States under the special program, which was run by the U.S. government in 2021. And that program was being run only to support, only to allow those who have been assisting U.S. forces in Afghanistan, have been working as their informers, assisting them in their operations against Taliban. Only those people, their families, were allowed. Very limited number of Afghan families were allowed. I very clearly remember at that point in time. So he is one of them. This is what the U.S. media is reporting. So definitely, President Trump has shifted the entire blame on his predecessor, President Biden, for this shootout. He says that because of President Biden, this immigrant was allowed in the country, and today he shot two National Guardsmen. Second, his own political pitch that immigrants are responsible for all the wrongdoings, criminal activities, narco trade, things like that. So that pitch will get amplified. In fact, yesterday also he said that these aliens need to be removed, things like that. So on a political front, definitely President Trump is trying to take mileage of this entire situation at this point in time, because his political views perhaps have always been against the immigrants, and that could be seen in the kind of the way MAGA camp is reacting. Some of their popular influencers have been talking about this entire case. But as far as law enforcement authorities are concerned, definitely it's a big concern for them.
Right. So, Siddhant, stay with us. We have another breaking news coming in from the United States again.